Hello YouTube, this is Morgan Airspeed Prime here with my next Avatar news update video. So I wanted to cover this one because I just barely missed this yesterday. I uploaded my video covering Beasts of the Four Nations, and this news article dropped a couple of minutes afterwards. So I missed it. Thankfully there's not really any new news. There's a somewhat significance just behind the fact that, hey, a big outlet finally, talked about this to a certain degree. So what the article is from Variety, so it's, a properly kind of official type thing. Steven Yeun joins Paramount's untitled animated Aang Avatar film, and it's an exclusive. So they're really hyping up that they got a big piece of news about this hyped movie. Steven Yeun is involved. But anyone who's been paying attention will already know that, yeah, we've known this for a while. We know Steven Yeun is involved in this movie. Do you have any other information? They don't. They literally don't have anything. It's just he's joined the cast of the movie. It's not clear yet which of the nations he's from. Character details are being kept under wraps, so they don't know what character he's playing either. He joins the cast, which features these characters. You'll note Dante Bosco is not listed there. And then everything else is just a recap. Here's the director, co-director, Mike and Brian are involved. January 30th is the current release date. Producers for the movie. They do note Steven Yeun previously worked on Avatar as Wan in Korra, of course, and that is significant. So he is a returning Avatar actor, of course, but we don't know he's back to play Wan. That's the big thing here. But why do we know this already? From the old copyright information that we got, again, it's official copyright. You can see here, United States Copyright Office, from the Public Catalog Archive. You can find a copyright kind of listing from Paramount. It's all official for the movie Lost Realm, which is the kind of title they have the movie under here. You'll note all the release date stuff seems to be roughly correct. There is a brief description of the movie if you have missed it. I'll just quickly read this out. Years following the events of the beloved original series Avatar, a new evil threatens the future of all four nations. Avatar Aang must rally his friends to defeat a new villain, the likes of which they've never seen before. Directed by Lauren Montgomery, co-directed by William Mata, starring Dave Bautista, Dayon Kwan, Eric Nam, Roman Zaragoza, and, here's the news, Steven Yeun. And we've known this since this listing went up towards the end of September. I think we only caught this a few days afterwards, but still, we've known it since all the way back then. So this article is ultimately 5-6 months out of date in terms of actual core information. They don't have anything new. I'm assuming the source is not just this. Variety haven't just only now discovered this copyright listing that Steven Yeun is involved and are posting it now as an exclusive. I assume they've found out in some way that he is involved elsewhere in kind of more public capacity. Maybe they've been given a kind of partial bit of information by Paramount ahead of CinemaCon, because the timing on this is sort of notable as well, that they've given us sort of a teaser piece of information the week before CinemaCon, when we do expect news about the movie. Of course, Paramount is going to be up on the 3rd of April at CinemaCon, and we do expect the Aang movie to have some news coming out of it. And this maybe suggests that the reveal of the character Steven Yeun is playing might be part of that. But yeah, the article does not explain what their source is. So in my mind, from a just fundamental news point of view, there's nothing here really, because we already had it from the copyright information, which actually has a bit more information because you get the description, which isn't out publicly anywhere either. So, little bit of a missed opportunity from Variety not to kind of acknowledge that this was already out there in an official capacity. So unless you're saying that the copyright information officially for the movie is wrong, I don't know what Variety kind of was maybe hoping to get out of this big kind of news article that doesn't actually contain any news. But like I said, none of the big places really reported on the copyright information for whatever reason. They like to, I guess, confirm stuff themselves in addition to just found listings and stuff like that. So this has, I guess, a little bit more kind of substance to it. Just if there was any doubt that he's involved, he is involved. Now, let's quickly have the discussion. What character might he be playing? They don't confirm it. We don't know exactly who's he going to be playing. The obvious one is he's back to play the character he's already done before, and that is Avatar 1. The door is definitely open for a big Aang movie, for a past life scene where Aang gets to talk to 1. I don't think that really contradicts anything in Korra, because Korra herself as an individual avatar would still have to have her own spiritual journey and connect all the way back to 1 like she does. That doesn't rule out the fact that Aang couldn't have done it before himself. So that would be kind of cool, but at the same time, I sort of question, why is Steven Yeun listed on early copyright information for the movie? Why is he potentially being pseudo-officially announced this early if he's just back to play Wan? Unless Wan is somehow surprisingly a huge part of this movie, are we really hyping up that he, notable actor in a star role, is potentially the secret cameo appearance of Avatar 1? I'm not sure about that. The other thing that has been heavily speculated upon for a while, mainly just on the basis of Dante Bosco is not part of the cast of this movie. But you know what character is in the movie? Zuko. Zuko is going to be in the movie because we have the image from CinemaCon, not last year, the year before, where Zuko is part of the cast as far as we're aware. So Zuko, we know he's in, but he doesn't have an actor so far. And our assumption is that Dante Bosco isn't coming back. And at this point, the fact that they've let that go all this time makes it just feel like, well, it'd be a bit weird to just also, yeah, he's back. So it does feel like they're maybe building to who is our new Zuko. And I think Steven Yeun is a very fitting actor to come in and do that. I think a lot of people do believe he can do a good job as an adult Zuko. And it's a notable enough of an actor that it's a decent piece of news if it was to get confirmed. So that's something to definitely keep on your mind. It's just that we need a Zuko, and this fits thematically to a certain degree, but it's not confirmed. The other thing, of course, is just that he is a new character of some sort, one that we just don't know is even in the movie, no clue whatsoever. Obviously, Dave Bautista is going to be the new villain. Maybe the villain has, a second in command or something like that. Maybe that's Steven Yeun. But it does feel like maybe the reason this exclusive thing, it's not like multiple cast announcements. It's just one person. It kind of feels like that's purposeful, that he is in a notable role. And Zuko is often one of the most significant Avatar characters. So I think that's the kind of idea here. Now, is the timing of it being the week before CinemaCon significant? Perhaps, because it gets it into people's mind that, hey, Steven Yeun, who's the star of the big kind of hit animated show at the moment, Invincible Season 3, just kind of released, he's also going to be in the new Aang movie that you should be excited about. We don't have a lot of information on it, but he's going to be in it. Hey, hype, hype, hype. Is there any new information on that? What do you know? There's new information coming potentially next week. You can sort of see how that kind of fits as a bit of that might be the strategy behind why they're doing it. Because again, Variety, I think you would typically put down as a news outlet that they are given stuff officially by the companies. They are given the press releases and stuff like this. So is this a reporter finding something, or is this a sort of officially leaked piece of information just as a teaser? It's hard to know for sure, but I think it just adds to the idea that at CinemaCon, more actor announcements, including who he's playing, probably is something we will find out about. That, if they gave us most of the main cast last year at CinemaCon, fill out the rest of the main cast. Announce who Steven Yeun is playing, maybe he is our new Zuko, and a few other characters, just to confirm maybe some names, some characters that are or are not involved. That would be kind of nice. The only other thing I can think of, maybe going alongside the Zuko kind of speculation, is I have a feeling they may want to at some point mention the deal with the other movies. We know there are 3 movies coming from Avatar Studios at the very least. We still don't have, I suppose, super concrete information on what the deal is with the other 2 movies. Are they separate solo movies, or is it an ATLA movie trilogy? If it is a trilogy, then I do think you probably at some point in some of the earlier information about this movie do want to get it out there straight away that this is the first of 3 movies. So it's not just one and done. There is room for stuff that isn't covered in the plot and the character arcs of this movie to be done in the next one or the third one. Maybe you're like, hey, Zuko will be in the first movie, but it's more of an Aang and Katara focused movie because I think we know they're the lead characters. But maybe they're going to go with, but Zuko, voiced by Steven Yeun, will be the main character in movie 2. Aang will still be there, but we're kind of prioritizing maybe the Fire Nation as more of the focus for the second movie. They might want to say something like that just to make it clear what the expectations should be for this movie. And that I do think with a lot of things you do most of the time go in sort of knowing, especially when we already know there are multiple movies, are they connected or not? That would be something that maybe CinemaCon could get around to revealing. But yeah, just wanted to point that out there because the Variety article, I think it's a little weird that they don't acknowledge that this was already out there via this. But a lot of people did know that this was out there from before, just to make that clear. Final piece of news is just that First 4 Figures, who have done a few Avatar things. They, of course, announced their Zuko not that long ago. They've announced a new figure. This is going to be the Aang Grand Scale Bust. There's going to be 3 different versions of this. The standard version, the which one is this? The exclusive edition and the definitive edition. So they're obviously going to go up in price. I'm guessing some electronics will get involved as we go forward. The base will be fancier, but it is the first bust that we are seeing Avatar do, First 4 Figures do for Avatar. I think as part of their initial announcement, they said they were doing busts, but we're finally getting around to it now. So straight away, you might be wondering, like, what is a bust? We've not really had much experience with this in Avatar. This is what a bust is. It's effectively a statue figurine where it is just the character's head, maybe their shoulders, a bit of their chest. It varies a little bit. Some of them are a little bit more zoomed in and it's maybe kind of just the head and a little bit of the neck. Other ones, it's more of a everything from the waist up style figure. It's an interesting one. It's not for everyone. They're a little bit more kind of fancier here. So this is a Metal Gear Solid one that they're doing. Aang, and I just think given the art style and stuff like that, I'm just a little bit like, okay, it's going to be hyper detailed, but in general, the animation models for Avatar are never like super detailed. So I'm kind of wondering, like, how's the crazy sculpting really going to come into play here? What's the pricing going to be like in a way because of that? I'm interested to take a look at it. I don't think I'm interested, broadly speaking, in Avatar busts, but maybe it's really cool. Maybe it has some crazy light up arrow and eye technology that makes it look super, super cool. And they can do that because they don't have to maybe focus on trying to be super hyper realistic because the design kind of makes itself type thing. So yeah, pre-orders are going to open for this over the course of the next 12 days. Let's quickly check the Instagram. Yeah, they haven't got around to doing it yet. So yeah, we've caught this kind of straight away. This is just the initial teaser. We'll probably see images of it before the next, 12, 13 days. That's the way they tend to do it. We'll gradually see this go from being like shadows to proper pictures well before the actual pre-order goes live. So I'm interested to see it, but I don't think it's the most exciting figure announcement overall. But it's there if you do want Aang's head as a figure. Yeah, in the comments, let me know what your thoughts are. What do you think the deal is with Variety borderline repeating information we already know, but they're saying it's an exclusive, that they seem to know something different than this? What do you think the deal is with the timing on that? And then again, the question once more, who is Steven Yeun going to be playing in the movie? Is he coming back as Wan? Is he the new Zuko, or is it a new character we just don't know about? Let me know your thoughts on that, and if you have any thoughts on an upcoming Aang bust. But otherwise, that's been the video. Thanks for watching, and bye.